All right. Okay, so we're going to go into the healing part. I want to give you what the Dolphins said to me today. When I say said, what I received and translated. Right before I do that, I just want to tell you what happened the first time I went. And I actually told this story once before. So you might have heard it. But right before I went last year, I actually ended up going, since I've been in Florida lately, for the past year I've been living in Florida, I went to a dolphin swim in one of those semi-enclosed natural water areas. And it's a dolphin research center there in Florida, in one of the Keys, where it's not just about tourism. They're really researching to try to help the dolphins and to understand how we can create better lives for the dolphins and start to eliminate what we're doing as humans that's interfering with them. So this research center, everything I knew about it, it really was not like your tourism thing where dolphins are just tourism attractions. Anyway, so we went swimming with them, but before we did, I was sitting on the side of the bay where we were. It was a bay area, and I was just listening to the gentleman who was telling us, what we need to do and the life jackets and, the whole routine. And all of a sudden I could feel something. And I was like, what is this I'm feeling? And I immediately could sense that it was dolphin energy. And I heard the dolphins say, "We know you're coming." I just started to tune in, and I heard them. And they said, "We know you're coming. We welcome you. We're welcoming you. We're ready to receive you. We greet you. And we're awaiting your arrival in Bimini." I thought that was fascinating because I couldn't, as a human, quite discern. Was I communicating with the dolphins that I was about to swim with, or was I communicating with the dolphins in Bimini? So I asked, which dolphins, who are these dolphins I'm speaking with? Who are you? Where are you? Where are you? And what I got was, we're the Dolphin Collective. We speak for all dolphins. So I understood I was tapping into the collective, which is quite possible. It's very easy to do this, actually, when you learn. It's very possible. In any case, this time, before this call, I just tapped in with the dolphins again today, as I had mentioned, and I just wanted to, I just asked them, is there anything that I can translate for you during this call, and will you come, be basically saying, I want you to come forward. We're asking you to come forward during the healing, even though we'll reconnect with you. And this was basically what I got. "Fear not for us. We are here to spread love and good cheer. We are enjoying our visit here on earth. We celebrate our connecting with humans in joy. We welcome you. We greet you. Our invitation is for you to meet us where we are. We invite you into our reality. We invite you into our experience. For we come to you from the stars. We enjoy our experiences with you, and we treasure the many experiences we have with our brothers and sisters. And though many of us may have experienced the challenge of this earthly reality, we are protected in our light and our etheric bodies. Fear not for us. Instead, simply enjoy us. Come and play and frolic with us from within our consciousness. Come and play and frolic with us and experience our vibration and our love, for we are all one." Now, I want to just say something about this. It's very simple, right? But this is so true. There's a simplicity and a love and an invitation there. And this part that part I just wrote down, so it's more verbatim, but this part is more like information that just comes. That what the dolphins would like, as I understand it as a translator, is for us to start meeting them where they're at and experiencing them in their natural habitat and getting to know them the way they are and not as we would like them to be. In other words, not as, dolphins doing flips in a in an aquarium, for example, but rather in their natural way of being. And that in this place we can learn to respect and honor one another, and we can learn to engage with one another, and that they are, in a sense, helping us to prepare for our galactic citizenry, am I saying that word right? Where we become citizens of the galaxy, and that is what's ahead for humanity, that we are going to be interacting. Okay, I know I'm going long here. That's my story, you guys. But let's go into the healing with the dolphins now. I'm going to do a prayer. We're going to be a little silent while we do the healing. And one thing I want to say for each of you guys while we do this is, for the extra sensitives out there, see if you can discern, especially for those of you who work with me frequently and get energy healing with me regularly, see if you can discern the difference in the frequency. In my experience, the energy when I'm connecting with dolphin, it does feel more watery or more flowy. Anyway, you just determine for yourself, just experience whatever you experience, and we're going to invite in these dolphins. And what I'll do is I'll start with a prayer. I'm almost wondering if I want to do no, I don't want to do a separate recording. I'm going to let this be part of all the same recording. And we'll start with a prayer and just invite them in. And if we could all just take a nice deep breath. I know for me I've been talking, so I want to slow down, get out of sort of that beta brainwave, and start to relax. Just a nice, deep, comfortable breath in through your nose. Let your body relax. Part of meeting the dolphins energetically where they're at and receiving what they have to share with us really includes us adjusting to be at their vibration and their frequency. So as we slow down through breath, this really helps us to do that. Just deep, comfortable breaths in through the nose and down into the belly, allowing yourself to relax, and setting your intention now that you would like to receive whatever's for your highest benefit, and you would also like to contribute whatever is for the highest benefit of all concerned. That's a good intention if you're willing to make it. We call in divine source consciousness. We call in the consciousness of the animal kingdom. And we ask for the consciousness of the dolphins of Bimini, the spotted dolphins, and the bottlenose dolphins, the waters of Bimini, the Bahamas. We call forward this consciousness of these beings. We ask for your presence. You can already feel. I can already feel. It's so amazing. Wow. Okay, so just notice what you notice. We call in the consciousness of these most beautiful beings, our dolphin brothers and sisters from the stars, and particularly the consciousness of those dolphins who reside in the waters of Bimini, the Bahamas. We ask for your loving presence. We ask to connect with you here in this day. We greet our star brothers and sisters, our dolphin brothers and sisters in love. We extend out our love. We hope to receive and connect with you today. Healing energies for all concerned to the highest benefit of all concerned. We ask for healings of our emotional, physical, spiritual, mental, intellectual, energetic bodies. We ask for healing and clarity for all of our bodies and beings. We ask for healing and clarity for our life purpose, our life mission. We ask for clarity and connection with our dolphin family, our galactic families. We ask that this be for the highest benefit of all concerned. And we give thanks now for those who are coming. We give thanks for the consciousness of our dolphin friends, our dolphin brothers and sisters, our star brothers and sisters. We give thanks for all we are about to give and for all we are about to receive. We give thanks for this Thanksgiving time together. And now we're going to sit silently. They're just saying, that's fine, we're here now. And so we're going to sit silently and we're going to let them work with us. And your job, please, is to just continue to breathe comfortably in through your nose, down into your belly, and just be silent. Notice whatever you notice. And I'm going to be silent. We're just going to be here in silence for about the next 10 minutes. You won't really hear me at all, but I'm going to be working with the dolphins if there's anything they need from me. Otherwise, I'll just be a facilitator in whatever way I can support and assist their healing energy and their consciousness as it comes forward. So, about 10 minutes or so of silence here, beginning now. I would like to translate for you. It's been about 8 minutes or so. Something that the dolphins are telling me they're doing for each person. When I say telling, they're communicating with me. They are swirling energy now, and they have been and will continue to do so, around each participant's heart center. They're swirling love energy around the heart center. They're showing me this. It's as if they're energetically swimming around the heart center of every person giving consent. And this is true if you're listening in delayed playback. They're showing me that energetically they're able to swirl around the heart center, and they're helping us to become more empathic, sensitive beings as they do this, opening our heart center even more as we expand into greater loving beings. And this is where they're primarily working on each of us now. Just keep breathing. And some of them are also working on other energy centers of our bodies, including around the head and the brain. And they're working to, as they swirl energy through, dolphin healing energy, they're working to open and expand more of our brain capacity. Just keep breathing. They just asked me to translate that this is part of what they're doing for us here. And what they're saying is you too will be able to receive and perceive and experience full capacity of your brain function in the future, in your future timelines, which is not too far off from your now moment. You will be able to use and expand your brain capacity much like we do, which they were reminding me. I did not tell you about that. I'll do that after the meditation. Okay, so they're saying that they just want us to understand this is part of what they're doing for us now. I'll be silent for a few more moments until they tell me otherwise. Just continue to breathe comfortably, just allowing. Okay. And they're also saying now that they're swimming through, energetically, not physically, energetically swimming through our bloodstream to strengthen our immunity in what seems to be a time where we are energetically weakened from our environmental factors. So they're strengthening the blood, our blood systems. They're not combining energies. They're working with us individually. And they're also doing little triggers in the DNA. They're using little points, like it's like their noses are button pointing. Pardon my translation. It's like their button noses. The bottle noses are doing this, using their noses to push. It's like what they're doing is pushing certain buttons within our DNA to awaken more of our own Akashic knowing. Wow. So beautiful. Just breathe. Just notice whatever you notice, even if you're not aware that this is happening for you. In my experience, you don't really have to know what's happening for you. You just have to allow and receive. Keep breathing. There are also other members of the marine community who are present, receiving and participating. And now many of them are working along the spine as well. For some members listening in this call, along the spinal cord, and they're swimming through energetically, and they're removing certain blocks, schisms, energetic implants that have kept us limited in our structure, in other words, inflexible. And this is linked into the inflexibility of human consciousness in the past in terms of linear time. So we'll become more flexible in our thinking, in our knowing, in our awareness, and also in our physical bodies. We will become more flexible, especially along the spine. Many of us will receive healing where there has been back pain before, or spinal pain, or spinal injuries. So they're just working through some of these major areas. Now, some dolphins, I did not know this was the way it was going to go, you guys. I'm just following here. I know we're going a little longer. Who are receiving the energies. Some of them are working with the kneecaps of some people and the legs. So they're working with the whole bonal structure. The words they're giving me is bonal structure, but in other words, our bone, our skeletal system. And they're just streaming energy through these areas for us. And what they're saying here is, okay, just a few moments. I'm going to be silent for a few more moments until they complete. They just wanted me to translate what they were doing for us. Because they're multidimensional beings, they're reminding us that this is not limited to the live call. This is even in delayed playback, because they are multidimensional beings. Okay, good. And so now what they're doing is they're inviting us to share the love that we have received with all of the other dolphins of the world, all over the world, in every water system that exists. And, of course, throughout the waters of Bimini, the Bahamas, and all the waters. So what we're going to do is I'm listening as I'm translating. So what we're going to do in your mind, if you're willing to, bring anything to mind that is the waters, any waters of any waterway, anywhere in the world, and bring to mind anywhere there are dolphins or just dolphins in general, and just feel love. Just let yourself feel love. Let yourself feel it, and let yourself extend it out in every direction from you. With your conscious intention, seeing the dolphins however you see them, sensing the waters however you sense them, whatever senses you might use with your mind's awareness, with your energy body, with your consciousness. You might see it, sense it, smell it, touch it, taste it, whatever it is for you. You're receiving and sending love now in peace and gratitude. This is how we change the energy, part of how we change and exchange energy on the earth. So just imagine and energetically connecting, feeling, escalating the vibration, the love, the peace, and gratitude. Seeing the waters of this earth clear and pure, and seeing the dolphins and any other marine life that you'd like to include. And not even to forget the water that goes through even our pipes. Water of all forms has consciousness. And the dolphins are saying that as they were working with our blood to strengthen our immunity, this is symbolic of the waters of all the earth. So as they were strengthening our blood and our waters, as they're strengthening our love and our heart center for love, we in turn extend it out to all the waters and all the marine animals and all the dolphins and all the whales and now all of humanity. There's no way to do this wrong. And now it's so funny because I can see them like they're sort of leaving us in a way, but reminding us they'll be with us. It's what they're doing is dancing away, like almost like what you would have seen Flipper. Okay, this is just because I can explain it. They're saying their farewell to us gently, and they're just moving back with their heads above water, but moving backwards kind of. It's as if to say goodbye and thank you. Just saying thank you. And we say thank you to you. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to all animals who came forward and all conscious beings who have been present. And so if you would take a few moments to just come back to center, I do want to answer any final questions before we close, and I want to give you the link. You can link right through this webinar here. The last page here of this flyer in the upper, as you guys are coming back, I'm giving you a few moments to all come back. I'll answer some of the questions that came through and any other questions for anyone who wants to stay around, because there were a couple things I want to give that the Dolphins did say to do that I forgot to do. But this last page here, if you see there's a green button there, I think you can see the green button. It will let you click straight through to the page if you want to join us in Bimini this October 30th and swim with these dolphins. So you can link right through there to that page just by clicking on your own screen. But let me go over while people are coming back. I know we've gone long, but I hope it's been worth it for you. I'll just answer a few of the last questions and just tell you what the Dolphins said. And I do say this when we're in Bimini, but they said they advised me that I should share it today or could share it. And that's that dolphins, they use 95% of their brain, and they never really fully shut down the brain. In other words, when they sleep, one side of the brain shuts down, and the other side of the brain is still wide awake. And then when the other side of the brain goes to sleep, the other side that was asleep before goes awake. So they're always half asleep, half awake, but that's how they rest. And they explain that that's because they can use so much of their brain capacity. They were joking almost like it takes multitasking to a whole new level. And they were also saying how they know that many humans feel very sad for them because many dolphins have experienced a lot of peril here and a lot of, very painful and unpleasant experiences. And they say, that's why we were given the gift of being able to stop breathing by choice. They said, and I had learned this from them years ago actually, but they asked me to remind you not to feel sad for them, because at any moment they can choose to leave by just stop breathing. That's how well their brain works. They can decide to stop breathing. And they are energetically, was a little bit new today to me, but they're energetically immediately transported home to serious whenever they choose to stop breathing. That's fascinating. I never knew that. So that the way they showed it to me today was that it's like there's a light tube. It's almost, they could describe it as a light tube where energetically they are immediately, as if it's like a tube, shifted into a dimension of reality where they're back home on their home planet when they choose to stop breathing. That's fascinating. I never knew that. Okay. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed that and received. I'd love to hear from you. Please take a few moments now and just let me know what you experienced. Mary had asked, do the dolphins heal the ocean? And yes, Mary, in my understanding and translation, they absolutely do. Karen! Yay! Karen said she just made her reservation. Yay, Karen! Welcome! And Bronwyn from Sydney is saying, hi, Lori. Thank you for your love. Thank you. Okay. I'm just going through. Nala's saying she's on the call, enjoying listening. That was probably earlier because she said she was here when we were ready. Lloyd says, this brings my encounters with the dolphins and whales in Hawaii back to the surface. Thank you for sharing such amazing awe experiences. Love, truth, and peace. Lloyd. Thanks, Lloyd. Okay. Sharon saying, so glad you showed the pictures and explained. I was just in the process of registering. Yay, Sharon! Woohoo! You guys are going to love this so much. Okay. And then Liz is saying, is there a replay of this? Yes, there will be a replay with the live energy, of course. That's a gift from the dolphins. Caroline is saying, everything you said is what I saw and felt. I love you and thank you. Oh, thank you. Dolphins came to me a few years back, through an aqua crystal and downloaded all info shared here about Atlantis and how energies were held back for thousands of years till now, where we are now ready to receive the frequencies and energies that we are now ready to embody. Thank you so much. Love, Lori. See, so many people are really getting we're all getting similar kinds of information. And that's so beautiful, Carolyn. Thank you for sharing that, because it's true. You know when you know the truth, because when someone's telling you their truth, like I'm telling you the truth as I have it. I'm not saying this is absolute truth. I'm just saying this is what I'm receiving. But somewhere within you, if you're vibrating or feeling a yes or feeling a lightness or feeling some kind of awe, you know that's truth because it's lighter, right? Lighter frequency is truth, some kind of truth. It's a truth that does exist, whereas a lie will always make you feel heavier and denser. And, of course, you know this if you know kinesiology. The muscles do respond in the same way. All right, someone said, I experienced the smell of plumeria flowers. That's awesome. And Isabel is saying, I would like to know what kind of healing I received during this healing. My heart was bursting with so much love that it was painful. I could not stop crying. Oh, see, that's beautiful, right? You were crying. There's two kinds of crying as far as I'm concerned. At least two. One is the kind of crying where you're just in pain. And you're in pain. That's not fun crying. And then there's the kind of crying where you know you're releasing something, you're letting something go. And it might be just tears, like a lot of people when they get healing, it's just tears where their eyes are just watering because they're getting a healing. Or sometimes they have just bursting with crying like you're describing, Isabel. And that's a healing you're releasing. I mean, that is beautiful to me. Oh, Carolyn from Merlin. You're saying hello. Is that you who's coming? I don't know if that was you, Carolyn. I hope you're coming. All right. Does anyone else want to share anything before we say goodbye tonight? I just want to come over to the phones because I didn't really take any calls, I don't see any hands raised. But if anyone wants to just ask a question or make a comment, you can star 2 and raise your hand. I know we're going over here, but we did complete, the bulk, most of the call now, and I just figured I'd entertain any questions or comments. It doesn't really look like anyone is raising their hand by star 2, but wow, we had quite a few. I think there were over 400 people who registered for this event. And I know there will be more who listen in delayed playback, and I'll certainly share this. Feel free to share this healing call with anyone you like. I will share it with anyone who registered, and I'll also put it on my Facebook, my Twitter, my social media, and please do share it. There was beautiful healing that came through, and I know the Dolphins want to make that available to everybody, and that is part of my role and my mission in life, to share this kind of stuff. So that's why I gift it to my community. So we will be sending you the recording within 48 hours. I'll have probably my assistant will send it. So be on the lookout for it. Someone just wrote in, thank you, this was amazing. You always give so much. Dolphins were never on my radar until recently when 3 dolphins came to me in a vivid dream. I had some aha moments that tied things together for me during this presentation. XOXO. Thank you for sharing that. I didn't say your name, but I'm so glad you did. Lisa said, I had asked the Dolphins to help heal my back pain, and then you brought up the issue they said about healing the back. That's beautiful. I'm so glad. And, with this healing energy, one thing I do know from working with this is, the Dolphins work differently than Source. Of course, usually most of my healing I go straight through Source most of the time, but I do know with healing, for sure, as a healer, that what you receive now is always just beginning. The benefits become more obvious to you later. Because your mind you integrate the healing, you integrate the energy, and then your mind looks back and says, wow, something's really different. What happened? Kind of thing. Isabel says, thank you. What a profound and beautiful experience. Thank you, Isabel. And Carolyn said, I wrote about the aura crystal, letting you know it was me. And yes, I know Carolyn with Merlin. Yes, thank you, Carolyn, for sharing that. All right, so I just want to remind you, if you want to participate with us in the Dolphin Journey, please do. I would love, 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 love to share this experience with you. There's so much more to share. There's so much more than we could possibly do during this call. Please go to LoriSpagna.com. Go to the menu and look under the Live Events tab for the Dolphin Retreat. I know you will absolutely love it. It's one of those gifts you give to yourself. It's life-changing and transformational. It's fun. It's exciting. And it's an act of self-love as far as I'm concerned. If it's something you want to do and you feel called to do, it's a choice to love yourself. And I will add just one little prayer for everyone, that you come to know that when you make a commitment to go, even just by putting down the deposit, I promise you, I know how Source works. I know this is true. You put down that money in love and you say, Source, you make this money show up. I'm going. I don't know where that money's going to come from. Let it come in joy. I'm going. You put that money down. I have countless experiences of this myself, and I know so many people, countless numbers of people who have had similar experiences where you make the commitment, you decide, and even just by putting down the deposit, even if you don't know where the money is going to come from, Source, consciousness will show it up for you. It is so true. I am certain that's how things work, and all your job is to just say, I'm going, I intend, let it be loving, joyful, and fabulous. Woohoo, full speed ahead. So with that, I will release you for tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here and for participating, for sharing your love and extending your love. I look forward to seeing you in the waters of Bimini with the dolphins. Yay! And doing some fabulous healing for ourselves and for the planet and for other dolphins and animals and everyone. And until then, I'm sending you so much love. Okay, namaste. Bye-bye.